Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Sagittarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So we have the Caution card, number 22. Also, you might be seeing repeating twos. Two might be like your lucky number or significant in some way. If this is a connection you already know about, like if you've already met this person, then you might know if this number has been significant in your connection. Of course, it makes me think of divine counterparts as well. So we are talking about soulmates, so that could be kind of just a little bit of confirmation that we are talking about your soulmate. But we have this caution energy as the initial energy. So what this tells me is when you first meet this person, you kind of have a guard up. They have a guard up. Like, I think both of you might enter this connection at first very guarded. I think you probably don't realize that you're entering a soulmate connection when you first meet this person, but it does feel like there's a bit of a protective barrier. It's not so much that you don't trust each other when you first meet. I think it's that neither one of you really wants to get your hopes up. So this could be a connection where you both have had like some disappointments when it comes to romantic relationships in the past. And it's like you might kind of click with this person and then feel like the guards go up, like the wall goes up, because there's a little bit of fear about really connecting with somebody on such a deep level. There's a fear of like, I don't want to think that this is a perfect situation because I've thought that in the past. So the fact that this is the initial energy for the two of you makes me think that it is energy that's being felt on both sides. So this is a little bit of hesitation in the beginning of the connection coming from both sides. So I actually have another oracle card that I'm using to kind of like back up this energy, so maybe we can get more of an indication like as to why we have this cautious feeling first entering this connection. So we have sensitivity. Okay, so yeah, it is, I think that both of you are kind of sensitive to the idea of connecting with someone so deeply. I also think that both of you are wanting this. Like, it feels like both sides are eager to find this kind of connection, but almost like when it does finally appear, there's a lot of fear that shows up with it as well. I think that what I'm seeing here is a connection that opens up more as the two of you both understand that you are sensitive to each other's needs. So this could be a matter of like being in relationships in the past where if you opened up and if you became vulnerable, it didn't really feel like a safe space to do that. And I think that this person that you're going to be connecting with, or maybe that you have already connected with, can totally relate to that. Like, I think this is something that they have experienced as well. So this is like a really guarded energy because these past experiences can kind of taint like connections going forward, and I feel like both of you are seeing that. But it's like once you realize how caring you are for each other, like how much you care about the other one, how much you are sensitive to the other person's feelings and wants and needs, it's a lot easier to open up. And I feel like that's when the like all this caution tape kind of gets torn away. So this is about past trauma. I also think that there is a lot of good communication here that I'm seeing, because I think it's through communication that you start to understand each other's hearts and like true motives when it comes to this relationship, which allows you to relax a little bit more. I think there's a lot of listening going on here. Like it's communication in terms of speaking your mind, speaking your true heart and your feelings to each other, and also listening to what the other person has to say. And through that, really gaining a lot of understanding about who this person is and how much they care for you. I'm really feeling like you meet this person when you least expect it. And I think that goes both ways. Both people showing up with caution tape all around them with this energy of a little bit of like fear-based energy and a little bit of a protective energy. Makes me think that this connection comes at a time when you're not really expecting to connect with someone. You might not be expecting to click with somebody like this. You might not be expecting to have to let your guard down. So if you do meet this person, I guess what I feel is that you're not likely to meet this person while you're like trying to meet someone. Like when you're actually actively dating and like going out on a date with this person and going out on a date with that person, it feels like it comes out of nowhere during a time when you're like, this is the last thing on my mind, and I'm not likely to even want to open up and connect with anyone. And I think both of you are feeling that way. And then through all of this sensitivity and this understanding, it's like those guards come down, that wall comes down. It feels like a really slow unfolding. I wouldn't be surprised if this relationship comes after one or both of you have moved on from a previous connection, because I do feel like there might be a wall that has gone up kind of recently when you do meet this person. When we look at the numbers here, we can see what else we can pull out of this. So we have the number 35 and 22. So 22 is a master number. And again, it might be a number that you see repeating a lot before this person comes into your life. 35 adds up to a number 8. So for me, 8s always are like a huge indication of manifestation. They're also kind of an indication of like infinite possibilities. So I feel like undercover, both of you are manifesting this relationship. And I just say undercover because I feel like it comes out of nowhere and shocks you, but like you've been manifesting it the entire time. Like you've been waiting for this person, you've been looking for this person, and then they show up, but it feels almost like they show up right when it's more than just right when you least expect it. There's some other energy in there. It's like, it almost feels like you don't want the connection when it finally does come. Like that's your initial response. It feels almost like, oh, not this. This is annoying. I've just put up a wall. I'm guarded at this point and I can't open up to this person. But I feel like it's inevitable. Like I feel like the opening up and becoming vulnerable to each other in this connection is just something that flows so naturally and so easily that, like, even if you try to deny it, it's not going to work out very well. Let's look at your animal cards. So we have the deer. Yes, the deer. This is a symbol of like sensitivity and nurturing for me. So kind of the same energy there. And then we also have the walrus. Earth energy with the deer. So this person might be an earth sign. They are coming through as very, very nurturing, very caring and supportive. So yeah, we might be looking at a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that kind of energy. And I guess we have water here too with this walrus. So we could be looking at earth and water. I like earth and water together, actually. Earth and water together makes me think of a lot of abundance. Kind of like, you know, you water a plant, like you plant a seed in the earth and it requires water to grow. So these are two elements that work really well together. And I think that's kind of an indication that the two of you are going to work very well together and you're going to understand each other on a deep level. And I think that comes back to this idea of sensitivity, because you're very sensitive to each other. You're very sensitive to each other's preferences, needs, wants, desires, all of that. And like you make a really brilliant team. So I think you're going to recognize this person by like how easily it flows. And I think one key factor in this connection is the fact that like this relationship comes into your life when you don't really want it to, and everything still flows so effortlessly and so easily. So I think like you might be able to relate to the idea of like trying to force things to happen. Like you may have been in situations before where you try so hard and it still doesn't work. And it feels like in this connection, it's like you don't try at all. It's not that you don't care. It's just like, you're kind of like, oh no, I don't really want this right now. I'm not ready for this right now. And you don't even have to try. It just flows easily. Like the two of you just like spending time around each other. You like talking. You like learning about each other. And it feels kind of like being together, like it feeds your souls is kind of how it's coming to me. So it's really easy. Like, it's super easy to make the decision to spend time around this person and to get closer to this person. It won't even feel like a decision you're making. It's just something that happens naturally, and it just kind of unfolds naturally. With this deer, I'm noticing these big ears here, and we were talking about like communication and that being both actually vocalizing thoughts and feelings and listening. So this is something very crucial in this relationship. It's like, the two of you really express yourselves to one another and you really listen to each other. This is the type of person that, like, when you tell them something, they actually listen to what you said. They remember how things make you feel. They will bring things back up to your attention, maybe even things you forgot you told them, because they're actually listening. So I think this person is going to prove to you time and time again that they were not tuning you out. They were actually listening to you. They were hearing you. I think there's a lot of eye contact in this connection too, as I'm looking at this deer. There's a lot of like really sincere and intense eye contact. So that might be another way that you notice that you're in the midst of your soulmate's energy, because this is someone who will look you directly in the eye and who will really connect with you on that intimate level. That can be uncomfortable for, like, with a lot of people, to look at them right in the eyes. It can feel very revealing and very confronting and like a vulnerable thing to do. But I think this person makes you feel safe enough to do that, and they want to connect with you on these deep levels like that. So yeah, deer energy is really, really supportive, really gentle. This is like a pure spirit. This person has a very pure spirit, and they have a very devoted nature about them. So this is someone you can always count on. I feel like they really, like, they take it slow and they listen to you, and you can depend on them to be there. This also gives me like mother energy, like a nurturing maternal energy. So this person can be either male or female. That part doesn't matter. It's more about the way that they act towards you. So a very caring and gentle energy. Like, they're always there to give you a hug when you've had a bad day. They're always there to listen to you and to, like, actually get to the heart of your feelings. Because I feel like a lot of people, they listen on the surface and they don't really feel into like what's happening for you down deeper. This is someone who would definitely see all of that. They would be interested in all of that. They want to learn everything about you. The funny thing is about them, oh my gosh, yeah, they're making me laugh. This person makes you laugh. This person is like really, really funny. What I find interesting about this is I get this like very gentle energy from them. Like, I think on the surface, they come across as very calm. It's kind of like, I feel like they have a very like buttoned up type of vibe about them. Like, they're not someone who's overly expressive. They're not loud. They're not boisterous. They're just pretty chill, and there's like a calming energy around them. So this might be like someone that you meet in a professional capacity or something like that. Like, I feel like it's somebody who they know how to put that, I can't really think of the words that I'm looking for. They know how to put like a professional face forward, or a very serious, and because it's not serious to the point of like being boring. Like, they're just very they're almost intense in a way. Like, they really connect on a deep soul level, but they're not like loud in any way. But then we have this walrus card, which is really about being kind of obnoxious sometimes. So I think that this person has like another side to their personality that only you get to see, and maybe only those who are like super close to them. I think they're really, really funny, and it doesn't come across at first. Like, it's not immediately apparent that they're hilarious, and it's almost like the two of you have a lot of like inside jokes. You have really great banter between the two of you. This might even be the energy of like you pull pranks on each other. Like, I think the two of you have a lot of fun, and I think this is something that as you discover this about this person, it makes you love them even more because they present one side of themselves at first, and I think that's the energy you see at first, is like they're very professional, or they're very serious, they're very kind and caring, they're very compassionate, and then you find out that they're a complete jokester as well, and it's like it just adds more fun, it adds more depth to the entire scenario here. So let's look at your last two cards. We have the Angel of Balance card, number 48. That adds up to a 12. So again, we've got another 2 kind of going on here. That can be reduced down to a 3. So just kind of pay attention to the numbers that are showing up because they might be significant in your connection in some way. And then we also have Canyon. So this Angel of Balance card really makes a lot of sense here because I think this person is very patient with you. They just have such a gentle energy that it feels like they will take their time with things. Like they will take their time to hear you out and to understand how you feel. This is all about a loving presence, and I think that's the role that this person plays in your life. And I think being around them makes you feel very peaceful. I also think that this is someone who can relate to any feelings of anxiety that you have, and that they have kind of a calming nature. They have a calming effect on you. So if that is something that you tend to be kind of an anxious person, I think that not only does this person know how to calm you down when you're feeling that anxiety, it might be something that they experience themselves, because it's kind of showing to me as like a very compassionate energy, a very empathetic energy, like they understand. It might be something that they've struggled with themselves, and they know like the tools, they know what to say, they know how to behave, they just have like a great understanding of that. This is someone who really encourages you to follow your dreams, to reach your personal goals, and they do whatever they can to support you. And I think that this is also kind of the energy of somebody who will look out for you, and like they'll notice like if you're kind of like if you're running yourself ragged, like they try to take care of you in that way. If you're not getting enough rest, if you're overly stressed, if you have been working on a project and you didn't eat anything all day, this is the type of person that will notice these things, and they'll like bring you lunch or something, or they will say, hey, I really think we should like go take a walk or something so that you can just release all that tension, or they'll give you a massage or something like that. So really, really kind person, and very perceptive when it comes to you and like picking up on what you need at any given time. The Canyon card really talks about a lot of depth and a lot of like complexity, and I think your connection has a lot of depth to it. It's definitely not surface level. We were talking about that deep eye contact, and it's like, you know, they say the eyes are the window to the soul. It's like through that deep eye contact and through just the way this person wants to connect with you on a soul level, your relationship is going to deepen pretty fast. So there's definite depth to it, and I think there's a lot of depth to this person as well. I think this person, like, there's a lot more than meets the eye with this person. There's a lot of layers to peel back and a lot to discover about this person, which I think makes it fun. You get to find out that they're a whole lot of fun, even if they come across as like pretty serious at first. And I think that just spices things up a little bit for you. So let's look in your tarot and like, let's just see what else we can find out about this person. Maybe some physical traits. That'd be nice. So you know what to look for. I think with this person, a lot of what you're looking for is how they make you feel, really calm and taken care of, and like how they're interested in you, like they're interested in connecting with you, and they're interested in like forming a deep bond with you. And I think there's a lot, like any kind of insecurities you have or any kind of worries and anxieties that you have, it's like they relate to you. You don't really have to explain yourself that much when it comes to this person. They understand a lot. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that Hermit card coming out at the end, Virgo energy there. We were talking about a good, healthy amount of Earth energy here. So maybe this person is a Virgo. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person isn't somebody who's loud and boisterous. They're not someone who needs to be the center of attention at all. I think they value like deep connections with specific people. They like kind of a tight circle, close circle of friends and like trusted confidants, family members, but they're going to want to spend a lot of one-on-one time with you. Yeah, I do kind of think that this is somebody who could fly under your radar. Somehow it's like, you do connect with them, and it might be because you're not suspecting of this, like we were talking about with the kind of having a little bit of a guard up on probably both of your sides. You're not really expecting it, so this could be something like that's a friendship that develops into something more, because I feel like this isn't like they're not the most like attention-seeking person in the way that you would just like automatically know their energy. Like you would just instantly tune into their energy. They might be the person that kind of keeps to themselves, but they love an inside joke. That's the thing I like about them. It's like they'd be the person that you would be in the corner with, like laughing about something that's just between the two of you, because they're not probably going to like stand up and like draw all of the attention. They're not really like that, but they like having that connection with you. They like having that direct connection with you, and kind of like some of those inside jokes and stuff. Yeah, with this Five of Swords, this is a lot. I feel like the two of you can connect a lot about worry and anxiety. So you'll kind of know, like, if that's something that, like, if something you've ever dealt with, then you'll know like this is your soulmate, because they're very sensitive to these things you've gone through. They're sensitive to your experiences and really to like how you feel about things. And the two of you connect over that more than anything. And I think you kind of bring each other out of it. Like you lift each other's spirits so much that even if you're not going through a particularly hard time when you meet this person, they're just going to kind of elevate you. We did have two swords cards coming out, so a lot of air energy here. Again, that's that communication, and it's the sharing of ideas, and I think that that's like a huge part of this, the sharing of ideas. I think that the most recognizable thing about this person is their heart and their mind. You're going to connect with them on an intellectual level, and you're going to connect with them on a deep heart, really introspective level. Like I think this person does a lot of introspection, and it's like the two of you can share some of that. You might both have some Virgo energy going on here. I think the two of you kind of connect on like everything that you think, everything you're in deep thought about, and all of that kind of stuff. I also think that this person is very straightforward with like in their communication. So when they start to develop feelings for you, they're going to be upfront about it. Even if this starts out as a friendship, they're the type of person that will tell you how much you mean to them as a friend. And as it develops, I think they'll be telling you that all along. One thing I am noticing here with this Knight of Swords is like this athletic build that I'm seeing here. So this might be somebody who is quite athletic. Maybe they have like a muscular frame. They might be someone who like has a really nice back. I'm really drawn to this person's back. They could even be into running, like we're seeing this person do here. Like maybe they like to run as like their main form of exercise, or they've been on a track team or something like that. Might have some kind of like running in their past if they don't currently run as a form of exercise. There's also birds going through all of these cards, which can be like a sign for you. So I'm seeing crows here. This might be something that's important to your connection, or an animal that you will see when this person is like about to enter your life. You might even hear a lot of birds. I'm kind of hearing that like cawing sound that crows make. That could be an indication of like your soulmate being near, or your soulmate thinking about you at that time when you hear that sound, or if there's like a particular bird sound that stands out to you. And then like while we're on the topic of these animals, like the same could be true for the deer. I feel like most people don't just run across a walrus on an everyday basis, but I don't know where you live and maybe that's a thing. So any of these animals could be indications for you that your soulmate is near. Yeah, I feel like you might have like an encounter with a deer, or like, I'm just seeing like a deer like leaping out. You know, deer can be kind of unpredictable in a way. I feel like that's kind of an energy that this person brings, like with that other side of their personality. It's a little bit unexpected and unpredictable. So I feel like you could have some sort of encounter with a deer, or seeing deer before this person enters your life. That could be a part of this connection. Let's pull some more cards and see what else. I'm also noticing like light colored hair. I'm noticing like a sandy blonde or light brown hair in these cards, so that could be an indication. I think this person really feels like your safe haven in a way, and that is like a huge part of this connection and your ability to recognize this connection. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This card came out in the first reading. The Ten of Cups. Yeah, I think that you're going to want a family with your soulmate. Your soulmate wants a family. It's kind of energy that you both share. It's probably something that you connect over. And I feel like this is the type of relationship that could even change somebody's mind about whether they want children or not. As I'm saying that, the Fool card flies out. And yeah, so this might be the kind of connection where like a lot of what you thought you wanted changes once you meet this person and you're like ready to embark on a brand new journey. So like if you're a person that's like, I never want kids, or your soulmate thinks that they don't want kids before they meet you, I feel like a lot of that changes when the two of you meet each other. And yeah, interesting that the Eight of Pentacles came out in the last reading. In this reading, we were talking about maybe meeting this person in a professional capacity, or you see them as somebody who's very pulled together and professional. And then we have like this card of work. So that could be the case. You might meet them through work that the two of you do, or you could meet them at their place of employment. Maybe you don't work together, but you meet them when you visit somewhere that they work, or something like that. But yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of like hard work and of dedication. And I think that this person is very dedicated to you and very dedicated to this connection, like we were talking about. Like there's a devoted energy with this deer energy. This it's very nurturing, and there's like this feeling of taking time. And we were kind of talking about that. So like with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like this is someone who will take time to do quality work. They will really like put their mind to something, and if it takes a while for them to get it just right, that's okay for them. They will kind of figure out how to produce the result that they want. And that's the energy of this person. Like they'll put in the work to this connection. They'll put in the work in terms of communication and like slowing down and listening and actually connecting. But yeah, I see like there's a lot of fulfillment with this, and there's a lot of, I think the two of you really see a future together, and you really see like maybe even going out on a limb and starting something that you didn't expect to. Like that could be children, or moving somewhere together that was unexpected. Like I think that this connection changes your mind and it makes you feel supportive, and that's on both sides. So I'm going to pull some initials or physical descriptions of this person. We'll see what comes out, but I will just pull a few of these. So we have September. We definitely had Virgo energy with that Hermit. So yeah, this person might be a Virgo. You might be a Virgo, something like that. You might meet this person in the month of September, or it could be significant to your connection. We also have a W. I suppose this could be an M as well, but we'll leave it as a W. But feel free to claim that M if it is confirmation for you. And we have F. I feel like that came out too. We have dark brown hair. We talked about brown hair, but more like sandy blonde. So maybe it's some range of brown hair could be an indication for you. I'll pull one more. And we have July. Really thinking of the summer here with July and September. So that could even be a date range for some of you. Maybe like your connection really intensifying, or you're getting to know this person a lot during like during the summer, or during the like mid to end of summer could be something for you to look out for. So I think that's all I see for you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards and hanging out with me. If you liked this reading, if any part of it resonated for you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know which messages resonated for you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you feel like doing it. And hopefully I'll see you again in another reading really soon. Bye!